Dude, the Chima Ultra Build sets are amazing, and WORRIZ is one of the best of the bunch. Let's take a closer look at this awesome set, and we'll see how you can use the pieces that come in this set to build your own incredible LEGO creations. So let's get going. It's so satisfying to see LEGO exploring the world of constructible action figures in something that wasn't Bionicle or Hero Factory, because the character and creature building system that utilizes bone pieces and then armor shells that attach onto these bones, mate, that's a system that has so much potential. And sometimes I feel like LEGO retired these pieces before they could really fully explore the full potential of these pieces. But hey, combining the wonderful world of LEGO Chima with the versatility of Constraction, baby, that's a win-win situation. And it's a step in the right direction as well. I mean, things like this big wolf head, or all of these dark bluish grey fur pieces, giant wolf claws. There's so much about this that we absolutely never would have gotten in something like Bionicle. I'm glad that so many incredible pieces like these parts came out because of these sets. And then as a result, we get to build all sorts of incredible MOCs with these pieces. You know, one of the best pieces in this set includes this magnificent wolf head. It does look a little bit cartoony, but it also does look somewhat realistic and also quite menacing. So it could work well for a horror MOC or a more silly MOC. Now, why not use this piece like Eclipse Caller has done here on a werewolf MOC that they've made? The way that the head bridges into the body with the use of this dark grey drill piece. This is the same kind of piece that we see on the Power Miners set Thunder Driller, one of the best sets of all time. But in this context, it starts to mimic the look of the fur texture that this head has. And it looks a bit like a kind of furry mane that you might see on a werewolf. And then look at all the creepy poses that this guy can get into. So sinister, so evil, just incredible stuff going on here. And none of it would be possible if it wasn't for this headpiece. You could also use this on a revamp of WORRIZ, and that's exactly what Nobu Terry did here, giving him some awesome new armor, especially those green highlights. I don't know, it really complements this character. And I love these snazzy shoulders as well, using masks, putting some horns in it, good stuff. And not for nothing, this headpiece looks really good on the original figure. You know, you combine it with the incredible weapons that this set has, and also with how posable this figure really is. Well, you got something very, very special. There's so much life in this character, isn't he just the best? Patrick Biggs also uses this piece on a less serious MOC, and it's called Weeb Wolf. This is what I meant when you could use this for a more kind of like joke-focused build. I mean, look at that great headband, the anime figures in their hand. This is so funny, this is perfect. And hey, we can see some of those fur elements on the legs here. Let's talk about those ones now. So of course you get a few of them in this set, and Matt Goldberg has used them here on a MOC called Tactical Wolf. And these pieces are a pretty great way to showcase that this werewolf looking dude is wearing clothing and armor on top, but they still have that fur texture underneath on their body. And you can see some of that fur poking out here and there. So look, if you really want to establish a like furry texture on your MOC, well, this is the way to do so. And on the subject of that, Jafer is a master of using these pieces in his own MOCs. Here's a MOC that he's made recently that uses these pieces in dark red, and look at them all. Spamming them everywhere like this, it's breathtakingly beautiful. You're getting these fur pieces in larger quantities. It's such a clever way to create incredibly realistic feathers and fur. Honestly, man, this is one of the most helpful pieces ever, no matter the color you use it in. If you don't have some, go order some. Good piece. WORRIZ has two paws that use these hand armor pieces in dark bluish grey. IGU uses this piece on a MOC called Bat Warrior. And look at that head design. See how neatly he's tucked that into the larger design? That's so clever. IGU is taking advantage of the natural curves and the ebbs and flows of this piece, and then uses it to shape the best looking bat head I have ever seen. Isn't that just so charming? And also using those dark bluish grey airplane fins for the ears on this bat face, and then a few of those dark bluish grey wing pieces as well, all of it adds up to create the perfect bat figure. Even those Knights Kingdom armor pieces too, this is so good. Nobu Terry knows what he's doing. And moving down to the hands, we can also see that they use the classic Exoforce robot hand design for the fingers. But of course, these are in dark bluish grey. And this set actually comes with 8 of these pieces in dark bluish grey. So good, that's so many. So yeah, you could use these like fingers like we saw before, or use them like Mathadrone has done here on this unnamed MOC. So this head design's very nice. See how it's using the headpiece that came from the Brain Attack set Bruiser, but then it's flipped it over and it's being combined with the monster head that we see on some of the Invasion from Below sets. Well, first off, that's an incredible design. It's a brilliant pairing of pieces. But also the way that this headpiece blends with the back design here. That's the real star of the show. So the head, of course, still has that rocky texture that Bruiser originally had. And then also repeating tons of these dark bluish grey arm pieces on the back, that also looks very stone-like. I don't know if I've ever seen those pieces being used to create such a nice stone-like texture, but how exquisite is that? Great idea, and with how well that complements that head design, perfection. WORRIZ is also one of 2 sets that includes dark red size 5 armor shells. And also you get 4 of them in this set. So we've got a revamp here of Matoran Nuru, and it uses a few of these pieces, and it uses them well. You know, I always love seeing classic sets that have some CCBS armor on their limbs. I think it always looks so good, and it's such a simple way to improve an existing figure, but it also gives them a lot more articulation. And that's always a good improvement when they can pose a bit more. And I really do like this kind of mask maker equipment that they've got going on, like safety goggles, or the tools on their belt. It's just such fun inclusions. This is great stuff. WORRIZ has a very funky torso piece with a unique print on it, and every Chima Ultra Build set has a print or a torso piece that's very, very similar to this. But if we wanted to use this specific one on a MOC, well, one way you could do so is how IGU has done it here on a MOC called Terabyte. Slapping 2 of them on the sides of the torso, but angling them on their sides. I like that. And hey, since the print on this piece is dark red with some gunmetal, it also neatly complements the gunmetal and the red colors that we see on the rest of the color scheme of this creation. How good is that? The set comes with a very nice weapon for WORRIZ. There's 2 blades on the one weapon, it's real nice. But if we want to look at this red blade, how could we use that? Well, Crow has used it here on his Self MOC, which is also named Crow. And oh man, how stylish and how funky fresh is this? A monochrome black armored character, but then you give them a really nice pop of red, but all of that is just localized on the weapon. So pretty. And the way that that sword can flip so it's facing forward, or he can angle it backwards and look awesome as he's doing so. Genius stuff right there. Crow is killing it like always. And then the other weapon piece on this blade is this one right here. Joxon uses them in silver on this Borok Kull revamp. Placing 2 of them together like this and then having a little blaster between them, yeah, that's the goods right there. It's great because this mimics the look of the original weapons that we see on the set that this MOC is based off of. What a nice way to breathe a little bit more life into this older design. So there you go fam, that's lots of different ways that you could use the great pieces that come in this set. Hopefully it's inspired you and you're chomping at the bit to build your next awesome creation. Please check the links in the description below and see more from the builders that I showcased today. A lot of them build incredible stuff and it's worth checking out the other creations that they've made. Their other stuff might inspire you just as much as the stuff you already saw. And also links to my own social media are in the description below, so if you want to check that stuff out, it's there waiting for you. Otherwise, thanks for watching, happy building, and bye for now.
Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary, wolves becoming men, men becoming wolves.